Namaste. Welcome back to Skull and Roses Yoga. I'm Cindy and this is Duke. Today we're gonna... Are you ready to go? Are you ready? Are you ready to go? You ready? Awesome. I love it. So after we do Honey Run Falls today, I think we should also do the Fern Trail. Yeah, because Honey Run isn't very... Yeah, but it's not a very long trail, so then we can get a workout. What do you think? Okay, sounds like a good idea. After we do our hike, we are gonna come back and melt into some yin yoga, so we'd love it if you could join us. It's a beautiful day here in Ohio, and the leaves are changing, and I hope you can find some reasons to be grateful as well. We'll see you soon. Hey everybody, just got back from hiking Honey Run Falls and the Fern Trail. So let's unroll our mat and do a little bit of stretch. Yeah, so the hike was really good. There was actually a wedding happening at the waterfall, which was really beautiful. And as you can see from my footage, they had a string quartet playing classical music as we were hiking, so that was probably a first for me, and definitely I hope isn't a last. That was a really beautiful experience. Beginning on your belly in Makasana or crocodile pose, stack both forearms beneath your third eye and allow your breath to move into the back ribs. Surrender your weight into the earth. Nice deep breath. If you'd like, you can bend your knees and windshield wiper the feet side to side to loosen up your low back. And then we're going to begin today's practice in Sphinx pose, anchoring the feet about hip distance apart or mat width. Place the forearms beneath your shoulders. Allow your heart to sink towards the earth and your chin to drop towards your chest. If you would like a deeper stretch through the chest and lower back, take the hands to either corner of the short edge of the mat. Straightening your arms will come into seal pose. Same rules apply. Allow the heart to melt towards the earth and drop the chin towards the chest. Focus on your breath. And when you're ready to come back down, we'll bend the elbows, dropping through Sphinx and into crocodile pose. After a few breaths here into the back ribs, you might take time again to bend your knees, bring your feet up into the air, and windshield wiper side to side. This action can help rinse the kidneys as well as open the lower back. And then we're going to come back into a wide-kneed child's pose. So dropping your hips back towards your heels, release the head towards the earth. Your arms might stay extended outward, but try to keep a soft bend at the elbows. You might also try bringing the palms together and taking the prayer hands at the back of the heart and behind the head. Nice breaths into the back ribs. Think about opening the spaces in between the rib bones. The intercostal muscles are incorporated so much in our breath. When those muscles become tight, it can be hard to breathe. If your shoulders are tight, you might also take your arms and reach them back towards your heels and allow the rounding of the upper back and shoulders. Stretch your arms forward. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and let's come back onto your hands and knees. Melting the heart towards the earth, we'll come into puppy pose. The hips stay high over the knees, arms stretched forward. Although this might look like child's pose, the shape of the spine is much different. Allow a weight to drop into the feet, feeling an anchoring sense. So we'll take a lateral stretch in our child's pose. You can move your left hand to stack on top of the right. Stretch your left hip back in space towards your heel and take a deep breath into that side body. When you're ready, we're going to move in the opposite direction. Right hand stacks on top of the left. Dropping the right hip back towards the heel, take a nice deep breath into that right side of the body. And when you feel ready, we're going to come back to the center and then find our hands and knees. On your inhalation, melt your belly forward, rock your pelvis towards your thighs and come into cow pose. On your exhalation, let's round the back, navel towards the spine, coming into cat pose. Inhale, dropping the belly and the pelvis forward. Let's come into that forward pelvic tilt again. Exhale, rounding the spine, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest. Okay, great job. So we're going to take a broken toe pose, sitting back on the toes. If this is too much, you might untuck the toes and sit on the tops of the feet at any time if that becomes too intense for you. So I'm adding in some gomukhasana arms here. If your fingers don't reach, you might also use a strap. These shoulder openers are definitely optional. They're absolutely essential for me. I had a rotator cuff injury about a year ago, and so I'm still working to keep that open. So stretching my shoulders every day is definitely a part of my personal routine. So we're going to move from gomukhasana arms into eagle or garudasana arms. Remember, if that toe tuck becomes too much, you can untuck your feet at any time and sit on the tops of your toes. Take a deep breath here. Try to keep your elbows about shoulder height. Great job. Let's take a deep breath in. Interlace the fingers, press the palms to the sky, look up. And then as you exhale the breath, switch sides, tucking the opposite arm beneath the other elbow. Remember your breath. Release. Take a nice big stretch through both arms. Great work, everyone. And then let's come back into a seat. So from Dandasana, with legs stretched forward, we're going to take the left foot inside of the inner right thigh. Inhale, reach through both arms. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Remember to keep a softness behind the back of your knee. Allow your head to drop. Let your thoughts go. Notice how it feels to be here in your body. Take a deep breath when you're ready, and let's switch sides. Come all the way up, extend your left leg forward, and then the right foot comes inside the inner left thigh. When you're ready, fold forward over your legs. Allow lots of space behind the back of the knee. Drop your head. Steady the breath to steady the mind. Take a nice breath in and come all the way back up. Both legs extended forward. Fold on an exhalation. Drop your head. On your inhale, you can lift and lengthen. As you exhale, fold gently in towards your body. And take a deep breath to come all the way back up. Lift the heart, point the toes. Great job, everybody. Walking your feet in closer to your body, we're going to take a pigeon stretch seated with the right foot crossed over the left knee. You can rest on your hands, or my preference is fingertips behind me, chin to the chest. Notice the earth beneath your body. Okay, and then we're going to move into Gomukhasana legs. So stacking the knees, taking both feet outside of the hips. Deep breath here. You might stay upright, or if you have more space to fill, you can fold forward. Check in with your breath here and see if you can create a peaceful rhythm. On an inhalation, come all the way up and unwind your legs, and we can take a couple of windshield wipers side to side before we go to the second side. Left ankle over the right. Flexing the sole of the foot will allow the kneecap to be gently hugged in towards that socket. So if you have any kind of pain around the kneecap, go ahead and just take a little flex of the bottom of that foot. Nice long back body, chin to the chest. Breathe. We're going to go ahead and switch into Gomukhasana legs, left knee on top of the right. It's important to remember that you can hold these stretches for as long as it feels good in your body. So although I'm kind of breezing through these really quickly here today, I want to invite you to hold the stretches for as long as it feels good to you. And let the breath move in the body. When you're ready to come up, take a deep breath. Unwind your legs and windshield wiper the knees side to side. We're moving next into Baddha Konasana, or butterfly pose. The soles of the feet coming together out in front of you. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, fold forward over your feet. Relax the grip of your mind. Allow the thoughts to move on. Stay here with your breath. Okay, whenever you're ready to come up, we're going to move into a variation of pigeon. So the right knee comes in front and the left leg extends back behind you on the mat. Inhaling here, lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale the breath, we're going to fold forward over that front leg. You can pause on your forearms or come all the way down with the forehead on your arms. Allow the back leg to become heavy and breathe into your back ribs. When you are ready to come up, you might take your body through a quad stretch or move into mermaid pose. And then we're going to switch sides, bringing the back leg around to the front, matching the feet once again in butterfly. Let's do a couple of seated cat-cows. Inhale, draw the belly forward. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale, heart moves forward like a wave. Exhale, rounding back. Second side of pigeon pose, left foot comes inside of the inner right thigh. Right leg moves behind the body. Take a deep breath here, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, you can fold forward over the front knee. Reach back through your right leg and anchor through the left lower leg. Remember, there's no more to do here. Just practice being. When you are ready to come back out of your pigeon pose, be mindful. You might pause for your mermaid stretch or move all the way into king pigeon if that's your jam. Remember to take it slow. That's what yoga's for. There's no need to rush. So taking your time moving back out of your pigeon pose, let's take a couple of cobra to child's pose. So sinking the hips back towards the heels, and then inhale, drop your pelvis towards the earth, open the heart. Cobra. Exhale, shifting the hips back. You might tuck under your toes, just in anticipation of downward facing dog. One more time, heart forward. And then as you exhale through your child's pose, lift your hips high, stretch out those hamstrings in some downward facing dog. You might lift one leg off the mat and stack the hips in the air, bending the knee towards the tailbone. Really nice stretch after you've been hiking. And don't forget to breathe. So from your downward dog, we're going to take the feet wide, angling the toes out towards the edges of the mat, coming into squat or malasana. You are welcome to stay here, or if you have any energy left after your hike, let's try a crow pose. Walk those knees up as high as you can onto the triceps. Keep the gaze lifted, rounding your back, navel to spine. Remember, you can drop back into that squat anytime you need a little break. Good, so let's finish off our little practice today with a little bit of standing forward fold. You might stay here in ragdoll. You could make it a little more of an intense stretch by taking your palms underneath of the feet or grabbing your big toes, or you can just choose to hang out. Lift the sacrum and tailbone as you drop the crown of the head towards the earth, and just check out any tension that you might be holding in your neck. So I'm going to come back into one more squat here just for my own body. I think I'll play one more moment or two in our crow pose. And then we're going to head into shavasana. So anytime you're ready, you're welcome to move onto your back. Or you can just go into a headstand. Awesome. Remember that your yoga practice is here for you. If you need to play, if you need to heal, if you need to cry or scream, whatever it is, your yoga mat has got your back. All right, so go ahead and roll over onto your back, stretch out, take a really nice big head to toe stretch. You can hug your knees in when you're ready, or grab your big toes and rock side to side in happy baby. Another really great opener for the hamstrings and the hips. And then easing towards shavasana, soles of the feet together, place your left hand at your heart, right hand on your belly, and you can pause here in Supta Baddha Konasana for a few breaths, tapping into gratitude, tuning into your intention for your practice. Go ahead and start to allow your body to sink into the earth. Relax your jaw. Allow any tension around your eyes and cheeks to dissipate. You can place your left hand at your heart and your right hand below the ribs. And again, just kind of watching or feeling in for the breath. Remember that there is no more for you to do. This is practice being right here, right now. When you are ready to come back, take a big stretch head to toe. You might hug one knee into the body. And just going to start to slowly bring yourself back to your yoga mat. Any other little stretches that you didn't get to do through your practice, or just any great little movements that feel good to your body, you might add those in here. Thank you again so much for your yoga practice, for all the love and light you put into the world. Thank you. Whenever you are ready to return to a seat, come up slowly. You can sit cross-legged, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Opening the fingers like the lotus mudra, thumb and pinky finger together. Remember, no mud, no lotus. Thank you for your practice.